So back in the day, I used to run a dating service for chickens, but I had to shut it down when I couldn't make hens meet.
God's sake.
Come on. That's a good one. That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Thank you. That's it. I injured my back while I was on a trip to Egypt. I had to go and see a chiropractor.
Oh.
Come on.
This is the most impressive week so far.
It's going well, isn't it? It's going well, yeah.
This is good.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And do you know why you don't eat ghosts? No, Lee, we don't know why you don't eat ghosts.
Why,
No.
Lee?
Dread to think.
You're going to tell us anyway.
It's because they taste like sheet. Anyway, hello everyone, and welcome to the Black Dog version 246. I'm Lee.
I'm Darren.
I'm Jim.
I'm Elton.
And that was a massive, massive stern silence that you heard from all of them to my fantastic jokes. If you want to send any jokes in, by all means do so.
No, don't. Stop it.
Come on, people. You know you want to.
Oh, I forgot to say, by the way.
Oh, here we go. He's Googled one. Go on.
Yeah. I don't trust stairs, where they're always leading up to something.
Oh. Never mind.
Went for the big book of dad jokes there. There we go.
Yes. Yes.
Circa 1973. Wonderful.
Yeah. Oh, God. You know, I'm searching for a knife that's big enough to cut 4 loaves of bread at once. I heard it's good luck to find a 4-loaf cleaver.
Oh.
Anyway.
Leave!
Get out. Anyway, so, guys, we're going to thank you very much and welcome to the Black Dog. As ever, we're going to be doing... You're welcome to the Black You're welcome to the Black Dog. And, yes, this week we'll see how everyone's week's been. And then we will do any feedback if there's any left.
Oh, we've broken Jim.
Oh, no, not well. Yeah.
You're welcome.
I'm pretty sure he can get more broken than that, though.
Yeah,
Hey.
yeah, we can work on that.
Early days yet.
Yes, we can definitely do that. Don't worry.
Early days.
I'm holding on to that button, Dal. Don't worry.
We've got him against the emotional ropes. Go for it.
Go. But anyway, we'll see how everyone's week's been. We'll do some feedback, and then we'll move on to this week's movie, which was whose choice? It was Elton's choice. Elton.
Yes, it was my choice, and it was Barbarian.
Barbarian. Yes. Barbarian.
Baby.
Anyway. So, yes,
man.
we'll get to that. We'll get to that soon enough.
That's proof that, you know, what happens when you mix Tizer with fucking Haribo. It really is.
It really is. You do not mix your polarities of your sweet stuffs. Anyway, so let's start with how's your week, and we'll start again with you, Jim, if you're feeling up to it, sir. How was it, sir?
It's been fairly relaxed, and just it's winter, it's dark evenings. Everyone's quiet the fuck down a bit. Thank God.
Yep.
Apart from my last flurry of roadworks in my area, where
Yeah.
all this work we should have done in the summer, but we weren't. We're just farting around. We've now got to finish it double quick.
Yes, that's always the way.
Yeah. But other than that, I have a couple of recommendations of things I recently discovered.
Ooh.
One might have been mentioned on this cast before. I can't remember. I'm old.
That's fine.
It is a Netflix series, which we did watch. Brand New Cherry Flavour.
No, I've not heard of that one. Okay.
Netflix describes it as art house movie meets grindhouse horror.
That's got my attention. Go on in.
Which is sort of on point. I could describe it better, but that would be letting loose the evil spoilers.
Ah, okay.
But it's an 8-part series. It has some fucking mental shit in it.
That's the recommendation for the poster, isn't it? It's got some
It
mental
does.
shit in it.
The good thing is that you just throw these scenes in completely, not at random because it is all coherent, but it isn't kind of right. Oh, we've got the big, really wacky scene. That's obviously going to be at the end of the episode, so you'll tune next time. No. We'll just throw it in like 10 minutes in and take you by surprise. You know, fucking hell, what's...
Right, okay.
But basically the premise is that a young film student's made a low-budget film. She goes to Hollywood. She hooks up with a producer who is was a big name, but hasn't had a hit for a few years.
Mm.
And they strike up a deal, and then things go a bit sour, and that's all I'll say.
Okay.
But it involves weird magic, lots of strange stuff, trippy stuff. It's quite gross in some places, I warn you now.
Mm.
There are some things that live with you in your memory and you wish you could forget. But it is also quite funny. There's a lot of black humour to it.
Mm.
And I think it is a very sort of interesting story about kind of ED side of the entertainment world. And,
okay.
you know, about who you know and friends of friends and who you can say what to and blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
But I do recommend it. It was very, very original. There's nothing else quite like it. Very entertaining because it is just so unexpected.
Mm.
And so, unlike a lot of Netflix, a lot of TV series in general, it just gets on with it.
Right.
And it's 8 chapters, all perfectly weighted.
Okay.
Not 4 chapters of hints, then suddenly go, Christ, we've got 2 episodes, wrap this up. Everyone run around screen.
Yeah. The old
You know,
the old Netflix curse of two interesting opening episodes, 4 fillers, and 2 more interesting episodes at the end, but it's all rushed. Okay.
Yeah, this is just keep going and going and going and going, and got a good pace throughout. And in my opinion, sticks the landing. Comes to a good end.
Oh, good.
But yeah, I was very, very impressed with that. I was, as I say, there are some scenes that are kind of really like, oh my fucking god. That's really gross.
Right.
But it is also quite funny as well. So that's just
okay.
It just treads that line, I think, very well.
You've definitely got my interest now. If it's grossing you out, that's slightly concerning me. I'm not entirely sure I want to venture this way.
I mean, it's not like super gory, but it's more just really more. It's more body horror, David Cronenberg, weird things happening that aren't nice.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah.
Rather than kind of like, you know, Saw, Hostel, you know, let's play autopsy. No, let's not.
No.
This is far more imaginative. We're going to, she just threw up what?
She did what now? What was that?
What came out of his eye then?
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I highly recommend that. On a lighter note, I'll recommend another podcast which I recently discovered called Northern News.
Northern News. Okay.
Which is 2 northern comedians, Amy Gledhill and Ian Smith. And every week they basically go through local papers from up north and basically use that as a springboard for talking absolute nonsense.
Nice.
But that is very, very funny because, I mean, local newspapers are just a gold mine of just strange stories.
Yeah.
And obviously just great material for comedians just to riff on.
Yeah, once you get the breaking news seagull Nick's packet of crisps, you're off onto the fly, aren't you? Really?
Absolutely.
Yeah. We speak to a local man about how they felt about Will Smith's slap or something like that. It's that kind of madness, isn't it?
Oh, it is. It is kind of like, why is this news? I thought this was a good idea.
Yeah, it's a snow news day in a slow town for the last 12 months.
Yeah.
Nice.
There's also Amy Gledhill has one of those infectious laughs as well.
Oh,
and
right.
Frequently the podcast just descends as they both lose it, which is
Nice.
always you know, good fun. It is kind of that. It's much like our show. You can hear the wheels coming off.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think we've got away from the story about the man wanking off in front of donkeys now, haven't we, Ian? Yes, I think we have.
Okay, right. That's on the subscribe. Let me do that now. That sounds like a winner to me. Cool. Okay, so that's 2 recommendations. Northern News podcast. I mean, not that they'll ever give us a shout out, but you know, well done. Cool.
Yes, so some uplifting and maybe not so uplifting viewing for you.
Brilliant. Lovely. I've got tomorrow off, so maybe I'll just turf through one or the other. Which one will I pick? I wonder.
For Brand New Cherry Flavour, I recommend 2 episodes a night.
Right.
Probably more than that might be a bit much.
Oh,
but
right.
we found 1 wasn't enough, and 2 was kind of, okay, we'll put a pin in that till tomorrow and come back to this now.
Right.
Let me digest what I've just seen.
Okay. That's concerning, but yeah, okay, cool. I'll check it. I'll check it out. I will check it out. Cool. Anything else, sir?
Apart from that, so I've impersonated a human pincushion this week.
Oh, okay.
I had an appointment to go get a pneumonia jab because my immune system's still pretty crap post chemo. So got that done. Then I was booked in for a flu jab, but when I went in for the pneumonia jab, she said, "Do you want the flu jab now?" I said, "Yes, please."
Mm-hmm.
And then the day after that, I had the COVID jab. So
the COVID jab? What the hell is that?
No, the COVID jab.
COVID?
A second vag?
Are we talking about? Are we already reviewing tonight the film?
No, stop it.
Okay,
Stop it.
Easy.
Stop it.
baby.
Stop it. Right. Okay. Yeah. So you're. Sorry.
I could just tell our reviews are going to be a bit bitty.
Oh no! You stop that! You stop that, or you'll go back in the pit with the.
Don't
with the
send me back to the pit, sir.
You'll go
No,
back
master,
in the pit.
don't send me back to the pit.
Right. So
You promised to fix my neck.
he's got the right hump, you know. Anyway, so yes, Jim. So you're all immune systemed up, are you?
So we're all ready for the winter now.
Nice, lovely, and was it all in the same arm? Can I ask?
No, he had different arms, but it did. That was I should have done one arm because, as we always have when you get these little boosters, you have like a little tight sore spot. So the last 2 nights were turnover. Ow! I'll turn over the other side. Ow! Bollocks! Why no? Shit! Just all one arm. Didn't think this through.
Yeah. Should have just gone all one arm, but it's
definitely
it's always a tough ask. Sort of after the first one where you kind of go, yeah, I'm okay, and then the third one you're like, you go on, do it again, I can take it. Do it. Okay. Jabs. I'm just going to write down jabs there. Sorry, I always take notes so I can write in the show notes. Jabs. Jim, jabs. Jabs. Sounds like
jabs.
Sounds like some 90s garage house band remix thing.
Or a Chris Morris late night radio show.
Yeah. Welcome to Jabs
When
FM.
wandering all dribbly lipped in the dark in the tunnels, welcome to Jabbed. The thing was, I turned into a Kel. You did, yeah, I turned into a Kel. It was very strange, was it? Yeah.
Are you sure it was vaccinations and not LSD from the 1980s that is just kicking in?
Now, they're all the flashbacks I was promised coming back now.
Is Bez in the room with you now?
Back in the box, Bez. Shh, they're on to you.
Here he comes. There he goes.
There he goes.
Here he comes. There he goes.
Disco fudge. Yep.
What's that, Bez? You sold a bag of crack to Mr. Corbett? He's like Sooty with maracas. Right.
That's it. Actually, yeah, we should have maracas and we just do Bez. We could just do Bez responds. Yeah. Ask Bez. Bez,
like
what do you...
Seance. Yeah. Are you there, Bez? If you can hear us play Copacabana on the maracas, Bez. We are with Bez.
Quick, Dun 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 dun. Oh, he's back! He's back! He's back!
What's that, Bez? Your melon is twisted.
Oh,
Come
Bez.
back towards the light, Bez.
Right.
What's that, Bez? You see funky people.
Yeah. Yeah, I think once we get a decent rattle, ask Bez is coming back.
Oh yeah.
Yes, if you've got a question for Bez, if you've got a question from the LSD afterlife, send it into Black Dog feedback at blackdogpodcast.com. We'll see what we can sort out for you. Thanks, Bez.
Actually, we might get that sooner than you think. One sec.
Oh, God almighty, he's gone off to
Carry on
find some
talking
maracas.
amongst
And there go the wheels.
Yeah, we're off.
We're off. Anyway, what's he saying now? What's he done? Oh, God. Anyway, Elton.
Oh! Don't think I'm doing my week and getting interrupted by Bez. That's not happening.
Wow.
No, we are waiting. I'm not doing that because I know how this thing works.
Hey, you look, if the Bez...
Oh, it's Bez.
Oh,
Talk to us,
Bez. What's that, Bez? You're experiencing a bit of a knee trembler. Oh,
Bez.
you've got hold of that clothes catalogue and it's opened at that special set of pages.
Bez, I've drunk 4 pints of NyQuil. What can I do? Oh,
Interpret the shakes. Interpret the shakes.
thanks, Bez.
Man, that was deep. Oh, he's gone. He's gone. He's gone. He's train danced his way out of a window.
Dun,
There
dun,
we
dun,
go.
dun, 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 dun.
Maybe he'll be back later on, eh?
Yeah, you never know.
You never know. You never know with Bez. What? Whoa.
You can never tell.
It's all right, Elton. I think you're safe now, mate.
I think maybe
I knew
not.
he was turning up though. I could just sense it.
It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time until Bezzery arrives or until he returns. Anyway, Elton,
Yes.
how was your week, mate?
Productive. Shall we say? We had builders in. Thank fuck.
What, to finally remove that mouse from your plug, from behind your plug?
Oh God, no! That was. Oh no! I got rid of that immediately. What are you on about?
I don't know.
No,
I'm just basing on my own
Hey, man,
DIY.
Lee, you want to get Elton together with that cat that you found in your house once? That will sort that mouse out.
Oh
Yeah.
God, yeah, that's yeah. Let's not do that. That's not the freaky disappearing cat. Yeah.
Yeah. It was probably a Bez cat.
Let's not do that.
Was it freaky dancing?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't kinky afro. There's nothing. No.
Okay.
Anyway, go on, carry on, Elton. Carry on. You knew it was going to go wonky. You know.
No, we had builders in. Thank fuck to repair our roof, which has been leaking for about a year now. I think.
Yeah.
On and off. I'm still waiting for it to pour down to actually prove that it actually fucking works.
Right.
But you don't know what type of stress this causes.
Wow.
Just waiting for the rain to come in. Well, people with leaky roofs know what this causes because you're always on edge. And a couple of sunny days, you're like, oh, thank God for that. And then the first pitter-patter of rain, you're like, oh, fuck no. Oh, no. And then you're constantly looking at the ceiling. Just constantly looking up, going, oh, shit. Yep. Oh, no. It's in there, isn't it? Oh, fuck.
It's inside the room. 4 meters. 3. No. Sorry. Anyway, go on, carry on.
They came along. That I had a couple of days off while they were here doing their thing, trying to stay out their way and keep up the teas and coffees rolling in. At one point, I think on their first day, I made them teas and coffees and said, right, okay, do you guys want any sandwiches or anything like that, to kickstart off? And they're like, okay, why not? We weren't expecting this. The last place we went to didn't even offer us teas and coffees. I was like, really? That's
smooth.
Bullshit. So made some sandwiches and I brought out like loads and loads of bread, loads and loads of bacon, loads and loads of sausages, loads and loads of hash browns, so they could just tuck into that, right? Well,
Jesus Christ. Rod for your own back there, mate.
Yeah.
Just treat them right. I've been on sites where they don't offer you a single thing, and you're not even allowed to use their loo. So it's like, okay,
right,
thanks for that. Or you turn up to a house which gives you drinks, and you have a pleasant time. You keep out their way, and everything works a bit better.
Right. I'll tell you what, if someday this week they turn around and go, me and the boys have been talking, and we'd really like to try that vichy soir. Have you got any of that? We're fed up with sandwiches. Come on,
Yeah, what's the chance?
What's the deal, man?
Yeah, what's the deal, man? Why can't I get some hollandaise sauce up here?
Exactly. I'd like to complain about my French toast, which you did deliver to my table not half an hour ago.
Yeah,
and there wasn't even a fucking vegan option.
Well, I don't think when they were here, I don't think I had the vegan option to worry about, because I brought out all of these sandwiches, lots and lots of stuff for them to make their own things. And by the time I brought out all their teas, it was all fucking gone. They were just stood there, just licking their fingers, like that was really nice. Oh, fucking hell! Did you inhale that? That was incredible.
Yeah, even the pattern's gone off the plate.
Jesus Christ, man! I'll tell you what, right?
Fucking willow pattern, fucking delicious.
Yeah, fucking lovely.
I go past Greg's in the high street around about 6:45 in the morning, right?
Yeah.
You can always tell the best time to go into Greg's is before the fucking builders turn up. Because you get one of them going in there ordering about 15 bacon and egg sandwiches. And that's it. He holds the queue up for the next half an hour.
Yep.
Nice.
So if the builder's going in there and you haven't got in there, you haven't intersected him there and just got in before him, just fucking forget it. Go back lunchtime, maybe. Next Tuesday. It'll be finished by then.
Wow. And and now we go live to our reporter at Greg's, Darren Barnard.
Yep.
Right. So
the sausage rolls are looking a bit iffy this morning.
Yes, Martin, I've come to you from the hot food counter at Greg's. I can tell you there's a run on the sausage rolls. Anyway, sorry.
And here come the builders.
Yes. Yeah. It's absolute bedlam down here, Marjorie. I can't even get near the steak bakes. The steak bakes are all gone.
Well,
anyway.
over at the Essex counter of Greg's, there are no builders here, and everything seems to be running quite smoothly. So if you wish to come into this establishment, then I'd say get down here now.
Yeah. However, there is a massive queue leading towards Great Yeldham.
Yes. Like the Pied Piper.
Yeah, they're all just lining up. Yeah. So the question is, when you were feeding them all up,
yeah,
right, and you've got the best service out of them, presumably.
I hope so. Fucking hell.
For all those sandwiches. Did the sandwiches?
Well, I'm hoping that money helped as well, but maybe just the sandwiches would be all right.
I'm just trying to act like your accountant. Have you spent as much on the sandwiches as you have on the roof?
No. Otherwise, I would have put fucking sandwiches on the roof.
Hey, how stale's your bread?
They're not like seagulls, Get up there, come on.
Well, I don't know.
I'd like roofing slate.
They do piss off the roof now and again. So it's all done, and you're just waiting for the fateful moment of your
yeah. I'm still heavily nervous because we've had like this year or so of pain of just looking up at the ceiling. I don't think I'm going to be good for at least until the end of this winter, and it's only just going into winter season. So yeah, it's still worrying, but fingers crossed. They did a good job and stuff like that. So
well, don't worry, because like according to the weather reports, as of tomorrow, we're starting to get hit by Storm Agnes.
Oh, that's good.
So you'll soon get a way of checking it all out when it's when your roof comes off and is somewhere in the garden.
Yeah. If you just see one of my social media status change to "oh fuck," then you know what that means.
Yep, that's it. Yeah. So at the moment, it's saying that Storm Agnes will hit Scotland, North England, Wales, and Northern Ireland, but will move eastwards.
Storm Agnes, yeah?
Yeah, Agnes.
So don't we go through the alphabet to get back to Agnes?
That's what I thought, because we just had Hurricane Nigel.
Yeah, but this is storms. This is the first.
We must have had a storm before now. It's fucking September.
Yeah, but don't they name it based on the season? So it's essentially like this is the first storm of the autumn season.
Oh, first one of this quarter.
Well, then they're all going to be named A's and B's and C's. We're never going to get down to LMNOPQRSTs, are we?
Well, yeah, I don't.
Storm Quentin or Storm Xavier.
Yeah, I was going to say Storm Quetzalcoatl is a little off the books.
I
but,
want that.
Storm Rumpelstiltskin.
Yeah.
Storm Stanislav is on its way. Don't worry.
There's the rapping Storm Z.
Yeah, there's Storm Z. Yeah. Okay, you get
baby
for that one. There you go.
Thank you.
You get a reward. You get a reward.
So that's like a merit badge.
That's a merit badge. Yeah, the Paul Shane merit badge.
Yep.
It's like a fucking treat for an Alsatian, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Pavlov's dog all over again in podcast form. Yeah. Keep going. I'll reward you for engagement. See, last time, last
You're
week.
a good boy, Darren. You're a good boy.
Yeah.
Last week we didn't pay him any mind, and at like the 80-minute mark, he starts snoring. So, which I had to cut out frame by fucking frame.
Oh, you didn't. Oh.
I did.
Meticulously remastering the podcast. That's what I like to hear.
Exactly. You listeners can't hear.
What? Well, you know what? I thought to myself, Lee sounds a little bit bored with doing this, so let's give him something interesting to do.
Yeah, 2:00 in the morning. I was well happy.
I bet you were. I bet you were like real primed and ready to rock and roll.
No, I was.
After watching a program or a film about editing, then you had to go and do all that editing.
I did. The irony wasn't lost on me. I was sitting there doing that. Though I was going to send over Darren a pillow, not for his head, but to put on his face.
To be smothered.
Yeah, exactly. So by about 2:00, when I was kind of picking up just even the... it was just like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Just cut his track. Just cut it.
Just kill it off. Yeah.
Well, at least you didn't catch at least you didn't record any screaming. I mean, that's unusual. But
no, I didn't. But yeah, I didn't catch any cheeky squeakers either. Which no. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, hang on. Bez is back. Sorry, Bez. Yeah. Bez agrees. Bez agrees I put too much work in. Isn't that right, Bez? Thank you, Bez. Yeah, you can go now, mate. Anyway, so you done your roof then, Elton?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's about it. That was the highlight because I've had a couple of days off, just maintaining that and staying out the way. We had a friend come up and stay over the weekend, and yeah, that's it really. I'm afraid nothing as exciting as anyone else. So
I wouldn't be so sure. I wouldn't be so sure. We haven't got to my week yet. Oh right, okay. Well, keep us posted on Roof Watch.
Oh yes,
I'll make a jingle for Roof Watch. Hold on, actually,
I'd rather just forget all about it. Honestly,
there you go. Roof Watch.
Oh,
Is that a tile? Ting 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 pang. Roof Watch. there you go. Roof watch and Bez. Actually, that sounds like a
Bez's roof watch.
Yeah. Can Bez stay on the roof?
Have the family gone out yet? Quick, let's go.
Hold on, here he comes. Hey, he's gone past. Anyway, there you go. Thank you very much, Bez.
His hoverboard. That's more like.
Right, so Bez and Roof Watch, or Roof Watch and Bez, sounds like
you know when you watch these flooding programs where all of a sudden people on roofs with like big placards, and you're like, where the fuck did they get all them placards? You know, people are listening to this going, where did they get all them shakers all of a sudden?
Yeah, man. It's live production. I've literally got a copy of freesounds.org sitting on the other side of the window. Anyway, yeah. Actually, how do people get a big bed sheet up with enough ink to write "help us" to sit on a roof?
Exactly. Where did that come from? Did they go down to the local bed sheet store for that?
I think that the ink is actually poo.
Oh.
An inexhaustible supply.
Or blood. We had to destroy Barbara to write this on there. Unlucky Barbara.
Yeah, I never liked my neighbour. I invited him up to the roof just to use his bodily fluids as some kind of ink. We ritualistically murdered him and threw him off the roof. When the water recedes, we'll be safe, and the noise will be down from that rave party next door. Anyway, yeah. Right, well, I think we should move on. I mean, I think we've had enough interesting discussion there. Yeah, do keep us informed of your roof, because we really want to find out.
We've got a jingle now.
Yeah, we got a jingle now. we got to drag this out.
We've done work for this. Jeez, we don't want to waste that.
Yeah, exactly. Water sounds, me going roof watch, cold winds blowing past. Yeah, we got to find out more. It'll come back. There you go. That's it. There you go. Sound Effect City. Love it. Well, you can all do this stuff. See, podcasting is easy, ladies and gentlemen. Right. Okay, then we'll move on to Mr. Barnard. Are you awake?
Yes. I am awake, yes.
Cool.
Yes.
How's your week, mate?
How's my week? Quite uneventful, really.
You'll just fall asleep while he's talking.
Yeah, just do it, Paul. You know you want it.
Go on, uneventful.
Do you want me to wait? Is that, yeah? I can wait if you want. If you want to just nod off. I don't mind. I've got another couple of levels in Starfield I could be gaining rather than this. So, you know, fuck it. I'll fuck it, admit it, Darren. I'm actually playing it while I'm talking.
I was going to say, don't lie. We can hear the controller going. Go on, your uneventful week. Tell us all about it.
It's just the only thing I've done this week, of any note, is there was a TV series that we gave a try of on Netflix. Now, this is only 7 episodes, and it's a limited series. And it's a show called Who is Erin Carter?
Who is Erin Carter?
Erin Carter? Nothing science fiction or supernatural about this. It's about a woman who moves to, I think it's Spain, with her daughter. And
is this the one out of Backstreet Boys?
No. No, mate. Not at all.
I don't think anyone's daughter was in Backstreet Boys.
Yeah. Okay. Don't say it. Anyway, I can tell where this is going. Don't reverse that comment. Anyway. Yeah. Quite straightforward. The woman in question has escaped some sort of past. Coming equipped with some quite lethal combat skills. And while she thinks her life is kind of on track and she's successfully got away from her past, a chance happening in a supermarket shows that her past is about to catch up with her.
Oh, right.
And so she has to try and keep her family and her friends separate from what is about to occur. She has to try and fucking fix a few things, and the more she tries to do stuff, the deeper she gets into problems.
Right.
And the sort of absences become a lot harder to explain. But
right.
We sat here, we really enjoyed it. It's nothing out of the ordinary. It's not going to change anybody's life, but you know what? It was a good action series.
Okay.
And there is something in every episode that kind of goes a bit awry.
Well, it's got to. It's a Netflix show. It's got to keep you at least coming back and finishing it off.
Indeed.
Got to get those minutes. Got to get those minutes.
But it is nice, and one of those shows you're like, oh, ow, that hurt. So yes.
Okay. Cool.
So just that. Who is Erin Carter?
Okay. And that's it. Is it? That's what you watched, and that's it. Yeah.
Yes.
That's
although
cool.
I've just started resolved to actually start reading again, because I haven't read a book in fucking ages. So because I've had so much to watch on things like Netflix and Disney and stuff like that. I'm just going to cut back on all that rubbish and just start picking up books again. So I've got an interesting one coming through the post that Ree's got me. One called The Troop, which is about I think they're like Boy Scouts. 5 of them and the Scoutmaster go away to this island, and each kid has got something about them. Like one's a natural leader, and whatever the standard stuff. But one kid is out to kind of set the cat among the pigeons,
right?
But that's not the only thing that is going to occur on this island that they go to.
Okay.
Yeah, there's strains of what is it, Lord of the Flies about this,
right?
But with a slightly more sort of unnatural twist to it. So I'll let you know how that goes.
Okay.
But it sounds. I was watching a review of the book. This guy's describing it, and I think it's right up my street.
Right up your Strasser.
Yes, indeed.
So I have read this.
Have you?
Oh, you have?
Well, listen to the audiobook.
And
I
what
would
did you
say,
think of it?
don't. It's well done. It's a bit Stephen King-esque in the way he writes. He's really good, like sketching in characters and their interior life. But don't be eating while you're reading it. That's all I'll say.
Okay, cool beans. I have been fairly warned.
Does it go a bit Sean Hudson?
What I mean, blood. Lots of blood. Bits of sick. Yeah.
I know.
It gets a bit like that.
I know all for Zoo.
Don't you fucking tell me Garth Marenghi is not based solely on Sean Hudson. I'm sorry.
I know. I know authors who use subtext, and they're all cowards.
I'm probably one of the only people that has actually written more than he's read.
That I can believe.
Yep.
Right. Cool. Okay, so The Troop. That's
Troop.
by Nick Cutter, isn't it?
That's
Yes,
right.
that's the one.
He's also got another book out called The Deep, which sounds quite interesting as well, which I'm going to give a go to.
Okay.
But yes, I've got
Cool.
lots of stuff planned.
Lovely.
Of stuff.
Okie dokie. Right. Well, that's that. Cool. Just very quick one for me. This weekend I took. I know I said I'd take Katie down to Portsmouth, but she has since returned, and now she has returned to her new college university thing, which is the one in Canterbury. So I did a lot of dad taxi again down to Canterbury. I knew it began with C. So took her down to Canterbury, dropped her off with her new flatmates and everything. So it's now like the female version of the young ones down there. It did. It's the first thing that hit me. It's just like there's one that's too cool for school, and there's one that's
Is there a
slightly
people's
hippie.
poet?
Yep.
How can Rick be dead when his poems are still here?
Oh, he still lives. Yeah. So that's that. And the only thing I've watched other than Barbarian, was the Continental from the the World of John Wick, which is on Amazon.
Oh, right, okay. That's the one with racist Melly Gibson. Excellent.
Yeah, Sugar Tits Gibson.
Woo, woo.
He's not the same as Debbie Gibson. It's Sugar Tits Gibson.
Sugar Tits Gibson. This is the explosive expert, Sugar Tits Gibson.
Hello.
Or is that a bit like Smokey Robinson? Sugar Tits Gibson and the Miracles. Or something. That's what it sounds like should come after that.
Yeah, exactly.
Sugar Tips Gibson and the Veruca Plasters. Or whatever.
Yeah. The Lucasade 5 or something like that.
Yes. Sugar Tits Gibson and the Lucasade 5. That is beautiful.
See,
I love
man.
that.
See, I'm always creating. Always creating me. That's it. Always.
Yep, that's my next identity.
Yeah.
Sugar Tits
When
Gibson.
I go on the run.
Yep, that's it.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I don't know why I keep coming back to the bloody John Wick films, because I only like the first one, but the second one was okay, I guess. This is sort of like set in the, I'm going to say early 70s, but it doesn't really set its stall out as to exactly when it's set. And basically, it's old Sugar Tits Gibson is the owner of the Continental Hotel.
Right. Okay.
And it tells the story of a young version of the Ian McShane character coming back to New York to basically take the hotel away from Gibson and wrestle control for the hotel.
Mm-hmm. Lovejoy, the early years.
Yes, it is Lovejoy, the early years. And what's really interesting is that obviously Ian McShane is English, and he does this kind of weird American accent in the was it John Wick movies? And
does he?
Yeah, well, he does. He does this kind of weird mid-Atlantic sort of Americanized English drawly kind of accent. It veers between he's trying to be American and other times he's trying to be very English and proper and whatnot.
Oh right.
And it gets worse as the series goes on. But the TV show, they've got someone who's got the New York bit of the accent and got some mannerisms from Ian McShane. This guy must have studied his accent very, very much, or they got Ian McShane to dub over him, because there's kind of moments when he starts talking and you go, hang on, no, that was a bit too close. Then there's other bits where it goes right off the fucking reservation and you'd think, no, this is just a bad impersonation. The action, you got some John Wick style, close quarters, running up and down stairs, shooting people at close range and popping them in the head and all that kind of nonsense. You've got the weird other assassins. That's all in there, the Assassin's World. But it is kind of showing you the establishing of it all. So there's a lot of... It's only a 3-part mini-series. Mm-hmm. But the first episode, which dropped a couple of days ago, is 88 minutes long. So each episode is almost like a movie in length. And... yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad at the moment. The jury's out because I'm trying to work out... There's a lot of random stories kind of floating in the air and they're all slowly coming together. And I just figured, well, there's 3 parts. So if I like the first one, I'll stick with it. If I don't, I'll drop it like a hot brick. But it seems like it's okay at the moment. It hasn't quite gone into John Wick 4 routine where not only New York is all assassins... but so is Paris and pretty much the entire planet. It's Planet Assassin, everyone. Nobody is not an assassin. Everyone's an assassin.
He opens the fridge and fucking assassin jumps out like Kato from Pink
exactly.
Panther.
Exactly. You take a sip of milk and the fucking milkman's sitting there going, "Mwahahaha," as he takes a shot at you through a fucking sniper bolt. And it's just, there's some, the John Wick movies just went ludicrous, and the kind of ever-evolving world of the assassins kind of just got to the point where you just think, is anyone on Earth not a secret assassin? But but yeah, no. The Continental is much more refrained and refined on that side of things. It's not brilliant. It's not going to set the world alight. But if you like the John Wick 1 version of the world and the Continental, as opposed to John Wick 4, where basically even the suits are made of Kevlar and people can take point blank shots in the face.
Yeah.
If you like the first half of that quartet, then I'd say Continental's actually more up your street. If you like the John Wick 4, John plays Frogger in the fucking Arc de Triomphe, then I don't know what to tell you. But no, it's okay. It's got my curiosity. It's definitely got my curiosity, and I'm definitely kind of looking forward to it. But yeah. And there was another film that I was going to watch, but I've decided I'm going to hold it off until to this week.
Okay, what was that?
I'm not telling you. We're reviewing it. We're reviewing it this week. Okay. But it literally came out on Friday, so we are proper up to date and shit. Wow. So there you go. But that's it for me, really. That is really just it. I was Dad Taxi, and I watched the John Wick TV show. Oh yeah, and to follow up on my IT toe curling cringe thing, I and my simpering "I'm really sorry" email, someone replied back from the team who I did done besmirch.
Oh God, no!
And to everyone saying, "We appreciate your apology." That was it.
That was it.
It was just like, oh, okay. I feel
That's
like
as good as it gets.
I feel like it should have been handed over on a sort of business card from like Patrick Bateman or something. It's just like, we appreciate your apology. And it's like, okay.
Look at the texture of that paper.
The sheer quality of it, the indented,
it's embossed.
The cut, the fibre, the weight, all perfect. Show me Paul's card now. Show me Paul's apology acceptance card. Anyway, yeah. So that was that. Hopefully, I will not be assassinated by the League of IT licensees. Right. So last week, let's move on to feedback. Last week, we did undo the dash cam movie, and we did get some feedback on the episode. The first bit of feedback was Murray Christensen, Mr. the Pie Man, and he said because we got a little heated under the collar about the ULEZ. As some people might remember, the ultra low emission zone. And he said on the ultra low emission zone ULEZ, they are a good idea, but they're badly implemented. But what would you expect from a policy created by Boris Johnson and expanded by Grant Shapps to cover for the money he nicked from TfL's budget? I'd be up for a shonky lab on transport policy if you don't mind someone scoffing every time a Londoner complains about their public transport system.
Yeah, don't worry. I will get in touch. Don't worry.
Okay, there you go. I mean, this is the Black Dog Podcast. We're here to make connections between other podcasts, clearly. No, it's fine, yeah. To be quite honest, I'm always going to moan about the public transport system because I'm supposed to be going to a book launch on Saturday and there's a fucking train strike.
Yeah.
And there's a train strike because guess what? They want more money. And guess what? We should be giving them money. And that's absolutely right.
Do you know the other reason why they're doing it as well?
Yeah, go on.
It's because it's the Tory party conference this weekend. And that is why they've targeted it for this weekend. That's the official line.
I was going to that after the book launch.
Were you?
Fuck! No. Anyway, I'm sorry. I was nearly going to go.
Rishi, me old mucker.
Rishi, me little tiny gnome. How's it going down there? You a big boy like all your other Year 5 friends? Anyway, so yeah, Murray will be in contact. Well, I say we'll be in contact. Elton will be in contact, and I'll just be sitting there on the podcast going, and I have another thing. Anyway, we had some other feedback. We had Jeffrey Mark Hyman, who said Dashcam was pretty compelling, and I forgave it most of its minor flaws, seeing as it was well made into the deep in the COVID era. Most importantly, it nailed the sense of paranoia atmosphere very well. The editing software insight was also fun to hear. It's quite interesting when people bring up those sort of things. It's like, that's like very passively saying, it was really interesting to hear you all talk about Adobe Premiere for about 5 minutes. At which point, my mind kind of drifted off and I skipped forward 20 seconds. Anyway, he said, the editing software insight was fun to hear. The most I knew about it, I picked up from a video Elton made a while back for editing a podcast.
Oh, yes.
Jesus, dude, you're getting in everything here. We've got Shonky Lab sorted out. We're promoting your YouTube video for editing a podcast now. Fucking hell.
I just showed how I did things. That's
nice. All. Jesus, isn't it fair? Isn't it fair I'll become a guest on my own bloody podcast? Isn't it fair? What do you think, Bez?
Anyway, we're going to be having a break very, very soon. After the break, we'll be doing what film, Lee?
Oh, what? No, I'm not. Fuck off.
Baby.
Right. Motherfucker. Jesus Christ. I've still got the controls here. I'm still in control.
Sound like it.
I'm still in control. Someone tell me I'm still in control. Martin Thompson also wrote in to say, I have some sympathy with the film. The man with the world's largest forehead has just been murdered.
Oh God, we didn't mention that, did we?
We did not mention.
How did we not mention that?
Yeah, Captain T-Fowl.
Wasn't that the bloke from This Island Earth?
I genuinely thought it was a conehead. I genuinely did. I thought any minute now Dan Aykroyd's going to come out from the woodwork.
Oi, mate, does your head go up inside that head?
What?
Taxi.
And now it's time for Roof Watch. Roof Watch. No, sorry. Anyway. Right. I don't know. The wheels have come off. They've rolled past. We've drifted slowly into a lay-by with all the tyres on fire. So
I think that should be our little subtitle for this, the Black Dog Podcast. Where we're going, you don't need wheels.
Where we're going, we don't need wheels.
Yep.
All it is just sparking metal and a chassis just rolling down a motorway.
Down to the rims, man. Down to the rims.
Yep, that's right. That's right. So we'll draw a line under it there. Thank you very much for the feedback, guys. If anybody else wants to send any feedback in for Dashcam or wants to send a message to Bez, we've got contact for him. You know, wants to ask him the deep questions. Or if anybody, anybody has anything else they wish to say, send it in to feedback@blackdogpodcast.com or jump on the Facebook group, which is facebook.com/groups/the Black Dog Podcast. And for you new people, just remember that it is a private group, so you just have to apply and we will let you in. I say that because I made it unprivate for about 10 seconds and had 4 dog food ads appear and I immediately had to delete them. So there you go. We're staying private. We're just staying private.
It's safer for everyone.
It's safer for everyone and your old search history. So, let's just draw a veil over that and let's move on to this week's movie, which really should be the unofficial start to our indeterminate weeks of horror. But actually that'll be next week, which will be mine. Waha. And yes, we shall go over and review What were we reviewing? Barbarian. That's it. Barbarian.
Baby, baby.
Right, so Barbarian is a 2022 American horror thriller film written and directed by Zach Krieger in his solo screenwriting and directorial debut. It's produced by Armin Milchin, Roy Lee, Rafael Majiguez, I don't care who produced it, and the film stars Georgina Campbell, Bill Skarsgård and Justin Long. The plot sees a woman find out that the rental home she's reserved has been accidentally double booked by a man, not knowing of a secret dwelling within. The film was released on September the 9th, 2022, so actually it's just over a year old, and had a budget of $4.5 million. And how much do you think it made at the box office, Jim?
6 bottles of special milk.
Go on, Dow.
23 hairy teats.
Elton?
1 heavily used bucket.
Well, you're all wrong. It's a DFS mattress, heavily stained.
Very crusty.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Oh, gee, that's
You sit
gross.
it down and hear the cracking. You're like, oh no, this was solid, wasn't it?
Reminds me of my teenage years. Anyway.
Snaps like a bar of chocolate that's been left in the fridge.
Anyway.
Oh, yeah.
No, it actually made...
Did I leave crisps on it? No, I didn't.
No. That's not bubble wrap I hit. Nope, it's not bubble wrap.
It all
Did
comes
I
off...
just sit on a poppadom? No, I didn't.
It comes off like icing off the top of a fucking lemon drizzle cake. Oh. Anyway. I'm just going to be doing that all night.
I'm doing the shaky hands thing now.
I know.
Get off.
I know. Oh, good Lord. Actually, it did make it the box office.
Sorry, I'm going to keep doing that. I'm going to be like that bloke off of the fucking Carry On movies who used to go, hey!
Oh, Jack, what's his name?
Jack Hargreaves, is that his name? Or
no, that
whatever.
Jack. Oh God. Never mind. I'll find his name. It did make it the box office 45 million, so it did do very, 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 very well for a low budget thriller. So that's something. So this is obviously the non-spoilery bit. This is not a film you can really talk about without giving spoilers away. So please, just before we even say the spoiler warning, let's just say here be dragons, because we're going to go around the table and then go straight into the spoiler warning. So if you're interested in this film, go in as blind as possible. If you are interested in what we thought about it, listen for the next 5 to 10 minutes. But when we give a spoiler warning, know that it's probably going to go way off the range pretty darn quick. So you need to hang up and go and watch the film.
Yeah.
So let's go around the table. So, Jim, what did you think of Barbarian?
Well, this was a second-time watch for me.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, I enjoyed it more the second time.
Ah, interesting. Cool. Cool. Okie dokie. Darren?
Yeah, I always feel funny saying this, but I really liked it. Because what does that say? That says more about me than the film.
Yeah. Back away from any clarifications.
Yeah. Let's just say when I say I liked it, I mean I like, you know, I admired the way it was put together and scripted and performed, and I don't know. I've got nothing else.
Yeah, just leave it there. You're good.
Yeah. Walking away.
For me, second time. I have to say I appreciated a lot of the theming for this film more the second time round. it's got a theme which we might investigate a little bit later on. I liked it. I still have the problems I had with it before. I still have, and we'll get to that a little bit later on. But overall, it's a solid film, and certainly one of the more novel horror films I've seen in a long time. Anyway, Elton.
I really enjoyed this. Like Jim, I enjoyed it more this time round. Although I have problems with the last 15 minutes.
Oh yeah, there's plenty to discuss on that. So yes, once you hear the magic Paul Shane, you've heard our thoughts. But once you hear the magic sounds of Paul Shane, then just know that from here on there be spoilers. I might even throw a lighthouse in for good measure. Hold on, here we go. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't want to know anything about this film, you've heard our thoughts. Go watch the film. Come back. Otherwise, here be spoilers. Isn't that right? Isn't that right, Shane? Baby. Thank you. So, spoiler zone. Progress at your own peril. Okay, so it sounds to me like, Darren, you're the only person who's not seen this film before.
That's right, yeah.
Right, okay. So I think probably a good idea would be to just ask you what you thought of it in a little bit more detail, and then head to Jim and go around the table with a bit of a discussion. So go on then. This is your first time. Did you know anything about this going in?
I only knew what the basic thing. Woman turns up for Airbnb, and
chaos ensues.
Pennywise the clown is already there.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I knew about it is just basically that, and it's that whole thing it sets up of this bloke that is he funny or is he not? Yes. I that's the only thing I knew about this. I wasn't prepared for anything else that I saw.
Yes.
There.
Yes.
That's it.
Okay.
I have to say, I really like the formatting of the movie, how it was, the structuring of it, the whole thing of there's like three kind of parts to this film, or three stories and a conclusion.
Yeah.
That draws them all together. So I just really enjoyed it. I just thought it was a really good film. I think the best review I can give of it is that last night when I was about to watch it, I thought, oh, good Lord, is it getting a bit late to watch, a film? And I thought, no, get it done, because I realised it's on Disney Plus, and because we got a free access to Disney Plus ourselves, we got a special offer. And I've come to the realisation that I can't view Disney Plus on mobile devices with this. I don't know how they've done it, how it's set up, but we're stuck with watching it on television. I couldn't even put it on a phone and take it with me on the train. So I thought, okay, let's sit and watch it. And within about 3 or 4 minutes of this film starting, I was fucking wide awake. I'm not joking. I was just like, all right, I don't know what this is. This has got me now.
Yeah.
I'm hooked. I love little films like this. That are not. It's not like some really hyper expensive, or it didn't seem like some hyper expensive horror film.
No.
And I think what I really enjoyed was where she, gets to the place. And then comes out the next morning and you see why she was told, no, you don't really want to be out there.
Yeah.
It's amazing how your view of a certain area changes in the daylight. It really is. Because I watched it, it's like, fucking hell. I'm surprised the car wasn't on bricks.
Yeah, I would have hightailed it out of there that moment.
Fuck
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that was...
And am I right in thinking everybody else was going, no, don't do that. No, don't do that. Go get the authorities. Go and get the authorities. Do not go down. No, don't.
No.
Don't go down there.
No.
Okay?
Stop it
Stop
it now.
Yes. Go get the authorities. Don't turn up looking like a drug user, expected to be believed. Go and get them now. Or you're still respectable looking.
Yes.
Go get them.
Yes, definitely. Cool. Okay, well, we'll get into a bit more of it in a minute. With that, but just over to you, Jim. I mean, this is your second watch. How did you feel a bit more? I'm giving you a bit more free reign now, rather than just asking you a question.
Well, for the first time, I mean, I literally knew nothing, so it was kind of whoa. I was completely got by the swerves. However, I wasn't entirely sure about the ending the first time, but me and Teresa were kind of, is that it? After watching it a second time, it was kind of. What were we thinking? That's fine. That's perfectly fine as an ending.
Yeah.
I think it was just a case of the first time we'd be that bombarded, we're a bit shell shocked. We just couldn't process anymore.
Yeah.
And I think kind of the second time was all right. Yep, got it. I know you're going with that now. Okay, fine. Yep. I take that back. I was an idiot.
Because that was going to be my main question to you and to Elton. Actually, is if you've seen it twice. I mean, did the shocks and the surprises and the tension work on you as nearly as well? Because
pretty much, I had forgotten a good deal of it, or rather, sort of as it happened, I was like, "Oh God, yes, I remember." But it was just the second time was kind of. It wasn't new, but at the same time, it's just the way it pulls the rug under you, it still gets a bit of a jolt out of you.
Yeah.
And it's like going on a roller coaster the second time. You know the dips are coming, but they're bloody good dips and your stomach still flips.
Yes. Nice. I can put that on the poster.
You didn't know it.
Yeah. Bloody good dips
time.
and your stomach still flips. And yeah. Nice. Cool. Elton, what about you? Did the shocks and the surprises catch you again, or?
I think the tension changed definitely, because this was the second time watching it. I think the interaction, because I know what was going on, the interaction between Tess and Keith was far more interesting this time round. I was hooked on it last time, but because you don't know what's going on, you're kind of in two minds as to what is going on and trying to work things out. And then you get that oops upside the head of realization of, no, I think he was a pretty stand-up guy.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
But this time round, knowing that he's a pretty stand-up guy, it's still creepy as fuck. And even though he's like, hands up, look, I get it. Would you like me to make the tea in front of you? I totally understand. You can see how that can be misconstrued. And it's beautifully done.
Yeah.
And yet I knew where it was going, and yet I still... I get why Tess is so... I don't want to be here at all. I feel like I'm forced to be here. It's so well done, I think.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's interesting because I was able to appreciate the kind of the watching it this time. It was like I'm able to appreciate the fact that how it manipulates you by putting you into Tess's point of view, and even knowing how things go, you're still sitting there viewing everything through a cynical eye of who to trust. And I don't trust this boy, this guy. He's standing there. He's saying all the right things, but then that makes you more suspicious.
Makes you question everything, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, I mean, even the second time round. I mean, it's been almost a year since I've seen it, but it's like the whole thing was the bit that catches me each time is when he's sitting there with the wine. and he says, well, "What are you here for?" And then she mentions some obscure director, and then he suddenly goes, "Oh yeah, I know that," and he knows the film. And always to me, my brain goes Stalker, straight to Stalker, because it's like, how does he know this? And it's interesting how it makes you suspicious of everything and everyone, because you're viewing it from Tess's point of view. And I still find that probably the best bit of the filming in total is the way that it kind of, well, it plays to the main theme, but it does put that whole thing of you don't trust this guy. Why don't you trust this guy? He's doing everything right. And it's like, because you're suspicious of this guy, because you're suspicious of everything, because you're viewing it as if you were Tess. Going,
well, we arrive with Tess, don't we?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm not doing this. I wouldn't do that. Don't do that. And it's just interesting. I just always find that I find that very interesting. That kind of throwing you out of the window and putting you in Tess's place, and how suddenly your perception changes of everything. Because if you as you Elton or Darren or Jim, you rocked up at a place with a bloke opens the door, you'd probably go something along the lines of, "What are you doing here?" And it'd probably be a row, or at least a frank exchange of views. Whereas when it's Tess and you're viewing it through her eyes and how she's looking at everything, your brain is immediately put into be suspicious of this guy. You can't trust him. And I think that's kind of the theme all the way through, I think. But it's really interesting. I always appreciate that first 50 minutes of the film. I just think it's really solidly done.
I think if we'd started the film with Keith and Tessa turned up on our front door, then you wouldn't have that suspicious element to anything. It would just be, well, she's clearly crazy because, you know, she's suspecting us, and we're fine. We're fine. We know we're fine.
Yeah.
And yet why is she so suspicious of us? That's not fair. Why are you judging us like that?
Exactly.
But because we arrive with her, we are safe with her, and so she's our character.
Yeah.
And so we are allowed to have that suspicion of Keith. And the acting is just so superb. The bit where she's had a shower, she comes around the corner, and Keith is sat there with 2 glasses and the bottle of wine. And as she comes around the corner, he just jolts. And it's just a moment, but it's so well done of, what was he doing?
Yeah.
What was he doing? But no, he was just caught off guard. That's all he was. That's all it was.
Yeah.
But because we are Tess, we're questioning everything that's going on there. The tea, the wine, what the hell's going on? Why are you in my house that I've rented out? I don't understand that.
Yep. Motivations, what's going on.
Even when they're doing the duvet, or how I like to call it, the Continental quilt.
Oh,
old school.
Oh,
yes.
good Lord.
And they're doing the duvet, and it's a moment of, when's he going to fuck her over? When's that really going to happen? When is that bite going to happen? And it doesn't happen. And I think because it doesn't happen, it builds up the tension even more. It works so well.
Yeah.
I mean, when you watch it a second time, it's interesting because you know Keith's story the second time. And I was just thinking, God, this would be me. Because I'd be aware, kind of, look, I'm not a creepy guy. And then everything you say, you realise I'm sounding like a creepy guy.
Yeah.
And there's like this double bind. The more you worry about it, the worse you make it sound.
Yes. Yeah. You can stay here. I'm not going to stab you or anything at night. Don't worry. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
But I love the moment, though, where she finds the door open and she goes and wakes him up.
Yeah.
And then watching the second time, you know, from his face, going, fucking hell, who I let into this house? This girl's crazy. She's going to stab me.
Exactly.
It's beautifully done.
Yeah, it's just interesting. it is interesting the way it kind of shifts to everyone's perceptions and what you believe is going on. I mean, Darren, how do you feel about it? Because I was going to say you're the first guy out. This is your first time round. Yeah. So were you immediately suspicious of Skarsgård, or were you kind of like, no, he seems fine? Yeah.
No, it's just that whole thing they do where he disappears. He goes down the staircase, and she calls him. He doesn't answer. She goes to look for him. He's not there. She goes down that other staircase, going even further. Literally, anxiety now is like, almost paramount. I was even suspicious of him up until he got his fucking head stoved in. Right, that was it. Right, he had to get his head smashed in before I thought, oh, he's all right.
Yeah,
that was it. So I will say this, well done to the film. Well done to the makers of that film for leading me up the garden path and not trusting him until it's a bit like a Salem witch burning, or witch trial, where if that woman's not a witch, then, or if she's a witch, she'll float. But if she's not a witch, she'll sink to the bottom and die.
Yeah,
and it's just like, you can't really win in this situation.
No,
and so he had to die before I believed him.
Yep.
Yeah, and it is interesting
because there's that room as well, and he doesn't seem phased by the room whatsoever.
No,
and then crawling on his hands and knees towards Tess in the dark in that thing. You're like, oh, shit, what the fuck? Oh no! Of course you want me to go the opposite way that you've just come. Yeah, because that's not crazy at all, is it?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Though I do find it interesting with that bit. I'll get to that. Actually, I'll come. Just everyone bear in mind Skarsgård on his knees.
Yeah.
That scene because there's a little bit later on where I suddenly go, oh, okay, roles reversed again, but yeah. So you were so even down to the point where he's on his hands and knees, and then suddenly Big Mama Droopy Toots comes flying up behind him and
exactly
turns
and
I wasn't
expecting Lola or whatever her name was to come out and just, what the fuck is this? Now it's turned into a real horror movie.
Yeah,
this is it. Now it's turned into a what is it? Is this supernatural or whatever? Can I also ask? Because Justin Long's character is his stall is kind of set out early when we come to his bit.
Yes,
and it's that whole thing like he's been accused of this, and of course the fucking icing on the Christmas cake there is when he's in the bar talking to his mate. Well, I had to persist before she went to bed with me, and it's like yeah, you've kind of just completely confirmed what you've been accused of there.
Quite apt for this week's news as well, wasn't it?
Really? Oh God,
yes, actually, yeah. You mentioned it, yeah.
Indeed, you have a personality that builds up a following that has a go at the press, quite cleverly. There, builds it up. Sorry, no, I'm getting off on a different track there. Don't go there, Darren. Steady. How did we all feel about him being in that situation? There, because it's like Justin Long's character. Because it's traditionally, in this situation, you're supposed to root for the person that's been caught in this, this terrible situation that they're in. But, did any of us think, you probably had this coming, mate?
Well, okay. I'm going to jump in for a teeny tiny bit. The first time round, I didn't notice a theme that was going on. And with all the allegations that he was going through, I don't know. I think I dipped in and out of that. I think there's a moment where it gets set up, then it disappears, and then you have the bit with the bar and his mate, and you're like, oh, okay, right. And then it's just all cemented at the very end, and you're like, okay, absolute bastard.
Yeah.
This time round, watching it, and I think I was laughing at him the first time where he's measuring. You know, he doesn't give a shit. He's just measuring, going, "Oh, look at the square footage of this place. It's brilliant." I found that hilarious first time round. I thought that was brilliantly done.
Yeah.
Can I point something out about that, by the way?
Go on.
Yeah.
I've used an awful lot of those metal tape measures, right? You cannot get more than 5 meters out of one that fucking size. I'm sorry, but no.
And that's going to be the thing that you. That's the thing that kills the film for you.
That killed the film for me. Yeah,
that was it. Was it?
It needed to be bigger.
Nice, good work. Loving your work.
Thank you. That's the little bit of thread that you pull on, and then all the rest of the film untangles, and that's it. It all falls flat. Because of shoddy DIY representation.
It wasn't a Lufkin measurement, was it? No,
it wasn't. No. Obviously,
it was Lufkin.
Obviously,
you got to get the Lufkin tape measures. They are awesome.
Oh, yeah, but he had Doctor Who's fucking tape measure, didn't he? Right? Because it's bigger on the inside of the case than it was on the outside. Obviously.
Obviously.
Why wouldn't it be?
I shall send you links to my Lufkin tape measure. It's a work of art.
I genuinely don't. Please.
You heard him, Elton. He said, please, send it to him. Why don't you sign him up for the newsletter on the website as well?
Yeah. For the love of all that's holy, don't. Anyway.
But the theme that I noticed this time round, because of the allegations on him, and then when he's in the cage... Yeah. And he has that bottle forced upon him. Mm. And I didn't grab onto it. Sorry. I didn't
Pardon?
Pick up on it.
Yeah.
The first time.
Easy. Steady.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Didn't touch it. I didn't pick up on it the first time round with like the allegations of him forcing himself onto someone and then him being forced with this very phallic shaped bottle.
Oh yeah.
Right square in his face and him like, no, don't like it, no, it's not fair. Ooh. It's like, how the turntables have turned.
How the turns have tabled.
Yes. It's Thingy Dave, the turntable slave.
Zip Zap Rap.
Yeah. Zip Zap Rap.
Yeah, I mean, to be quite honest, there's a lot of themes going on in this. I mean, that's the one of lack of consent is definitely right there. But oh good lord. But Justin Long's character, it's kind of interesting because at first I'm kind of in two minds of when I'm watching it. Is, am I supposed to be rooting for him?
Yeah, that's the conundrum, isn't it? It's like, how does this work?
Because on the one hand, the way it's presented, and for those of you who haven't watched the film, he's basically got allegations put against him that he's raped a starlet on the pilot show that he's actually about to launch. So there's all this kind of, and that's why he has to leave town, so to speak, or while he thinks he has to leave town.
Well, he's leaving town to make some money so he can fight the case, isn't he?
Exactly. And my first thought was, are we supposed to be feeling sympathy for it? Because you don't really get any other view of it. Again, it's something that this film does a lot. It plays with your own personal perceptions by putting you in the person's position with the information you've got to hand.
Yeah.
And go on. Sorry, Jim.
No, so watching it this time, I remembered he is basically a shit. But it's interesting the way it's presented at first. It is kind of like, oh God, did he do it or didn't he do it? I don't know. And it is kind of, I think it does get your sympathy because this man's life is like going to hell.
Yeah, it goes to hell.
But it's just, as it goes on, the way he behaves, you can start building a case, shall we say.
Yes. Yep.
And it was kind of, it's that kind of, it's the way he answers his friend. You go, yes, you're guilty.
Yes.
But it's, and phoning her up and leaving a message on the answer phone. It's this kind of, it's like we were saying in Last Night in Soho.
Yeah.
It's this kind of bully who has no empathy for anybody else. He's completely oblivious to anyone else's suffering or any consequences of his own actions.
Yeah.
It's just him.
Mm. Yeah.
It's full of little interesting things that second time round, I noticed when he's talking to his accountant, his accountant goes, "Your current rate of spending."
Yeah.
And that's a line that speaks volumes about this guy.
Yeah, he's got no self-control, and he feels like he's entitled to everything, and he's living that life. I mean, that was the thing. That was the thing, though. When you first see him and the way it all kind of comes through on a phone while he's driving, thinking everything's lovely and everything's happy, it's an interesting kind of snap away from, you know, hey, by the way, here's Bill Skarsgård being turned into jam. And and it kind of throws you. And then what happens is it throws you, but when you've just had the rug pulled out from underneath you by the narrative that says, oh, you didn't trust him, did you? You didn't trust him? Well, maybe you should have done. Maybe you should. Yeah. And then all of a sudden it gives you another guy who's utterly repellent. And you immediately, I mean, you see people like this and you go, oh, good Lord, no. And you hear all these and then you hear a bad thing about them and you think, yeah, I believe that. But because the film has pulled this rug out from under you, you're like, no, actually, let's give him a chance because you know what? We're not sure, and we weren't sure about old Bill over there. And you know what? Poor old Bill paid the price for our lack of vigilance and lack of trust.
He was a good guy.
He was a good guy, and old Bill smeared it badly. But he got the wrong kind of smear test. But so it was kind of like. So it was kind of like, oh shit, maybe that's what it's doing. It's constantly fucking with our perceptions of who and what we believe and what we trust. And I found that really interesting, especially the second time round, because obviously you know better the second time round. But the first time, I'm like, well, is he really being done, or is he some sort of famous star who's having his pilot kicked out from under him by someone who's just cashing in on it?
Well, I think that goes to fuel what happens with the father as well. Because you've had the rug pull, you've had the twist, and then you're presented with a third door. As to, okay, we've had the positive, we've had the negative. Where do we go with this? And it keeps you questioning all the while.
I mean, I was just, before we move on to the third part, I was going to say, Darren, did you trust Justin Long? Or were you straight away like, what a slime ball? Because again, I keep going back to the fact that you're the only one who's only seen it first time, so you're giving us the fresh perspective view.
There's something about the way he reacted when he got told about being accused of this. There was something it's the way that he suddenly started hurling abuse in the direct, like calling the one who was the victim, he's calling her a bitch and stuff like this. And it's just whenever I hear that, it's kind of like, no, sorry, mate. I think you're guilty. It was a real aggressive act. It's a real aggressive way of dealing with it,
right?
And so, to me, that sounds like is that strains of misogyny getting in there? Is that what we've got here? Is that what I'm hearing?
Or is it just him being angry? I mean, that's what I'm trying to say.
Could be. It could be, but I don't know. It's just something about the way he said it. Just the way it came out. Yeah.
He was a wrong un.
He was a wrong un. And then when he did that thing in the bar, and it's like, oh, no. And I think also the measuring scene tells you everything you need to know about him as well. The fact that he's about as deep as a puddle. right? When he goes to and he's measuring everything out, and he's walking around the room with the camera in it, and I'm sitting there, and this came out of my mouth. I went, "Are you not noticing the camera?"
Yeah.
You know, and he only got
doesn't give a toss.
No, and he only got bothered when he sat on the bed and went, "Oh, that's disgusting." And it's just because he marked his clothing. It's like, so you're looking at this, you see the bed, you see a bucket, and you see a camera. Does this not say something to you looking at the dirty mattress?
It's like Dora the Explorer.
Yeah.
Bed, bucket, camera.
Yeah. Hey, swiper, no swiping.
I think that was one of those episodes that they didn't actually show on television, Elton. That was one of those, explorer, as in jungle and stuff like this, you know, wildlife, not that kind of exploration. I think we need to not go that. I know its audience is growing up with the show, but they're not ready for that. Okay, so let's not do this. It's pull it back to the light. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just something about the way he spoke. I mean, the whole thing about the measuring, it's that very self-centered, you know, his vision doesn't go outside about a foot around himself. That's it. Everything else outside of that, he's not seeing bigger pictures or anything. Apart from when, and this is where it's almost like fate has taken him to one side and showing him something really nasty, and it's like, that's you, that is. You know, you might as well be you, and it brings it home to him what he's done and how he feels, and he starts losing it, and it's the whole thing of where he starts trying to make an excuse for himself. He's like, "Oh, I'm a good man. I just did a bad thing." Because he's like, "Am I a good man? Am I? Yeah, I'm a good man. I just did a bad thing." And it's like, well, no, you're not very good at all.
No, trying to justify it all.
Yeah, it's not like, you know, you're some, you know, young kid or something that does something fucking stupid, right? You're an adult when this happened, right? This is it. You're past the age of your brain still forming. This was down to you, son.
Yeah.
You know, difference between us and the animals is we can make a choice about things we do. You know, it's not all instinct, you know. That's it.
Yeah.
So I did like that, although it's a bit cheeky of him to turn around and say, "What's wrong with you?" to the guy in the bed. You know, it's just
yeah. Well, that just kind of, again, that plays with that whole thing of you sort of think, oh, he's a scumbag, but then you see that he sees something that's genuinely scummy, and there's a line that he kind of draws in his own head. So again, you kind of it keeps trying to make you sympathise with him. That's what I was saying. Is it trying to make you sympathise with him? But then obviously it finally decides, no, you're not. You know, guess what? You know, you slipped off the roof, honest gov. Yeah.
Yeah, no, you did. I missed you. I missed your hand, and you slid off the roof. It's like you know, who are you telling this to? Are you telling it to her, or are you telling it to yourself?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, just trying to convince himself. And then we, as you say, you move on to the third part. So, how do we feel about the third part?
I had no problem with it at all.
No,
this is like pure grindhouse type stuff, right?
What, the third story, the flashback story.
The third flashback story. Sorry, I thought you meant actually the last sort of act over there. Of course, the third flashback. Yeah. Yes. No. Again, giving even more creepy fucking context to what is going on. You know. But I think even more horrifying than what was going on there was just what that guy said about a copy of a copy of a copy.
Yeah.
You know, the homeless guy. And it's just, and then she had a baby. And then he had a baby with that baby. And it's just, no. I've got to go to bed after this. There's a danger I might dream something. connected with that. Now you've made that suggestion. Please, not before I go to bed.
Yeah. What about you, Jim? How was that flashback for you?
Again, first time watching, like, well, Christ, where are we now? And they're like, oh, we're here. Like, oh no.
Oh dear.
It's one of those things, as I said to Teresa last night, if this movie had come out maybe 4 or 5 years earlier, I'm a bit fuzzy on the dates, I'd have gone, oh, it's a bit unbelievable that a man had built this huge complex under his own house and imprisoned women. And
yeah.
But we know different now.
No.
And it was kind of like, oh my God, this is Fritz Lang on industrial level. And the fact he'd just been there in that deserted neighbourhood, carrying on, it was probably as long as he could still walk.
Yeah.
Because I think homeless guy says, and she ain't the worst thing that's down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's like, oh no.
No. I will go on to you in a second, Elton, about that. But can I just say, did anyone else think there were going to be scuttly kids? When he said there's worse things down there,
I didn't know what to expect.
I was thinking, oh God, there's going to be cave crawling, scuttly children things.
Like The Descent.
Yeah. There's an entire nest. I was just, it was exactly it. I was just going to, oh God, oh no.
I am still wondering whether there is something else. I don't know whether he was talking about the father. I'm guessing he was, but once again, my tinfoil hat comes on and I'm like, but is there something else?
Yeah. Well, exactly.
We don't know how far them tunnels go or how deep they go.
We only saw Justin Long go left.
Yeah.
And not go right at that T-junction, and everything's off to the left. We never went right.
The dwarves, they dug too deep.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Hold on, he did go, because he went left and fell down the hole.
Yeah, and then when he got out,
went right.
No,
he came back to it and he went right, and that's where the old man was.
Oh, right. Okay, in which case, don't worry about it then. In which case, there's nothing there. It's
okay, fine, Darren. That's it. It's all over.
That's it. Everyone just go home.
Oh, I'm sorry. Have I killed it?
Yes, you've drawn the map. You've done the map. That's it.
I've done the map, yes.
Yes. You've filled the map. You've gone north, sneeze, and you have completed the tripods.
Yep,
thanks, mate.
I have.
You son of a bitch. Second time in 30 years. Well done, bastard.
Thank you very much. I'd just like to thank the people at Greg's for preparing doing all the bacon and egg sandwiches that they make for all the builders.
That's it. Yep. Nice. Okay. I mean, let's get back to the flashback then. So, Elton, what about you? How are you with that?
I love the way that is shot. I know it's not on the story or anything like that, but it's so weird. So
they film it with a really wide angle lens.
Yeah, make everything look very tall, very long. The way that we're walking behind the father as well, as if we're like third person view. It's so abstract, and it's not like we've seen that in this film before. There are a couple of cues, a couple of different changes through the film. There's a moment where we're with Justin Long, I think before we meet the mother, and we go into like first person Doom type view as well, with just like the knife or the melee weapon in your hand and the torch, and you're like, fucking hell, this is getting hard, isn't it? This is fucking crazy. But yeah, the way it's filmed is, I'm guessing it's like 50s. Is it? It seems like it's supposed to be 50s.
Yeah, 50s, early 60s.
Yeah, because if you need a copy of a copy of a copy, then you need at least 20. Well, no, because they're fucking paedophiles, aren't they? So we're talking maybe you need 30 years.
Yes, I don't even want to think about the.
No, I don't even want. I don't know. Why. Sorry.
No.
That's where you need to. Well, no, you don't need to think about it.
No.
The actual shot of I'm not. No. Stop. Right.
Just no.
Baby.
Thank you. So the way it's shot, yeah, that weird texture it has of everything like perfectly green, and the houses that you see, like, his neighbours and stuff like that. It's so perfect. The lawns are perfectly manicured. The trees are perfect. The everything is just beautiful, and you've got this creepy old bastard there. And I think it is so dramatic, as I said before, because we don't know how to feel about him. We've been tricked twice already. We don't know how to feel about this guy. Yeah. And then you see him pull up and watch that lady, and you're like, nope, we fucking got your number already. And the creepy ass way that he comes along and just knocks on the door, and we got some tests to do. Thank you very much. Yep. We don't even need to know what happened. We don't even need to think of what happened. The way that he does that fucking window latch says everything. This is not his first time he's done this.
No. And that's the kind of point where I think my sort of thought about it really hit home with the theme about trust and the fact it keeps undermining your belief, because it's sort of like, all he needs to be let into a house is basically a jumpsuit with a sign on it.
Yeah.
And people just go, yeah, fine, come in. In you come. And people that you should trust, like the police, don't believe you. So it's that whole, and it continues to play with that idea of who do you trust and why do you trust them? And, so you don't trust the homeless guy because he's a homeless guy. You don't trust Bill Skarsgård because it's slightly odd situation and you're viewing it from Tess's viewpoint. You do trust the serial killer because he's wearing a jumpsuit for an electrical company or a water company, Department of Water and Power. And you do trust Justin Long because he's in the same bloody awful situation as she is, and maybe he's not quite as awful as you think. And it's like, who do I trust anymore? Yeah. All the good guys are bad guys, and all the bad guys are good guys. And that was the interesting bit, and that's why I was referring to it, because it was just that moment of kind of like, that's the theme right there. It's all about you believing all about you and the audience and the characters all trusting the wrong people. But I don't know what was the outcome, what was the actual finale of that, because it's just, other than saying you're trusting the wrong people and getting you to question why.
Well, there's also with the Justin Long character as well, as he's making his way from the father, he's got the gun now. He clearly doesn't trust anyone around him.
No.
And sees a shape, because we've already had that mother walk up to him creepily and then disappear back into the dark. You're like, oh, get out, that's creepy. That's proper Wreck style of movement.
I was gonna say the lady in the loft from Wreck has sort of moved up to a basement flat, so it's good. The next film. Next film, she'll have a ground floor flat in Woolwich.
But he doesn't trust anyone, and he shoots Tess because he's so, well, I don't know what's going on. I don't know where I am, and there's a thing there, so I'm just going to shoot it straight away.
And that's the bit where I come back to my bookmark I left all in your heads, saying, remember Bill Skarsgård crawling towards her? Because that's exactly it. Yes, when he crawls towards her, she goes to help him. When she goes to Justin Long to help him, he shoots her. It's an inverse of the situation. It's exactly the same situation in reverse. And
there's a lot of mirroring in this thing. It's also when she goes and first finds Bill down there, he's saying, shh, there's somebody down there, like she is with Justin Long's put in the cage.
Yes.
Yeah, there is.
Yes, exactly. Keep quiet. Keep fucking quiet. Yeah. And then it's later on she's doing exactly the same. Yeah. It's all like it's what's it? It's like poetry. It rhymes. George Lucas, 1999. So, in the end, right? How did you find the Gonzo Doodah mental ending? Dow, you kind of alluded to it being like pure grindhouse.
Yeah. Just because you had the bit where you see her falling backwards.
Mm.
And it just reminds me of that.
Mm.
You see? And it's the whole, ironically, the thing that was out that did the killing was the thing that saved her.
Mm.
Because she played along and even when she's got the gun to its head, it doesn't realise what it's being pointed at. Yeah, the whole bit where she was at, and I'm looking at it thinking, well, hold on a minute, all falling objects fall at the same acceleration. I started doing that, and then it's like, no, hold on a minute, she pushed herself. The creature pushed itself off the roof, so acceleration's a little bit far. I started breaking it down like this. And it's just, am I getting a bit too scientific for this bit?
Yeah.
Figuring out if... she could have saved her, and there
full
was a little
velocities.
bit of it. Yeah. It's there was a bit of acceleration. There was a bit of a boost behind the creature kind of flying off the roof of that thing. So, yeah, that's possible.
Yeah,
I think that's where I had a major problem with it.
Yeah.
I know we shouldn't think about full velocities and stuff like that, and terminal velocities,
can't help it though.
Yeah, the mother ended up underneath Tess, protecting her,
like a mother would do with her children. It's that.
Yeah, I get it, but Tess was already halfway down.
Yeah,
and or was she?
I just had I think when we get to the last 15 minutes, once Tess hits her with the car, we've seen that many a time, and then they come out the house and she's gone. Ooh, we haven't seen this before, have we? Oh, no. That's when I was like, do you know what? You've done everything original up until this point. I hadn't know where to turn. I didn't know who to follow. I didn't know who to trust. I now know the format of what's going to happen now.
Yeah.
I think that's where it lost me a little bit, because we've been led down the garden path so many times, because we've taken the wrong turn, because we've been shown a good guy to be a bad guy and a bad guy to be a good guy, and someone else that we don't really know. We have to work out for ourselves.
He wasn't a good guy though, was he? Justin Long's character. That's it.
No, but Bill Skarsgård, and then you know, and
then the father, and you're not too sure what's going on there, but. You don't know what's going on, and then as soon as you get out the house and you see that she's gone, you know where you are.
Yeah, exactly. It kind of goes a bit. It stops being clever and just goes back for the full Gonzo moment.
Yeah,
and
I did like the blancmange coming out the eyeballs though.
Yeah,
that's fun. Blancmange is always good replacement for special effect brain material.
Yeah, well, actually, I did like the keep it down. Don't worry, I've been here for 11 years and she's never got me yet. And then fucking through the wall, pull his arm off, hit him with a soggy end.
Have you not watched Deep Blue Sea with Sam Jackson?
Exactly. I was literally waiting for that. As soon as he said it the first time, I was just like, 3, 2, 1, wallop.
That indie moment. That was close.
Yeah, they don't come closer than that. The Bonzo Dog Doodah craziness. That's where I kind of left it a little bit.
I think it does. It's a little bit softer the second time round, definitely. The first time I watched it, it was a bit too jarring, a bit too harsh, a bit too rushed. Especially with stand up, put your nails into Justin Long's eyes, pull his head apart like a loaf of fucking bread,
Yeah.
and that's it.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, okay, that was that then, was it? Kind of ran out of what he wanted to do.
Yep, that's it. Yeah, I must admit the problem the problem I have with that ending is not just it's been so subtle with the tension, the build up, the theming of the sort of who to trust, what to trust, that when Justin Long finally does something outright abject evil of throwing her off the top of that thing, of that grain store or whatever the fuck it was. I was just like, okay, they don't know how to finish this now. And it was that kind of, I just wish it kind of stuck the landing. Every time the second time I've watched it now, and each time, I don't hate it, but I just find that for something that's kind of like, oh, she's in the basement. She's in the basement. She doesn't come out that often. When she does, what's she prowling around for? Then it just goes, fuck it, we've got to kill the monster. We've got to have the bad guy have his comeuppance and, that sort of thing. But there was a sort of feeling where I kind of felt like you should almost be feeling sorry for wreck titty lady.
Yeah.
and rather than just go, oh, it's a monster to be slain.
Yeah, yeah.
And I kind of was hoping there would be there was something they could do with that, even if it was just...
Well, second time for me, I felt the same way first time, but second time round, I think I more picked up on the theme, and it's not so much trust, it's also how much you care. Tess had lived for a week because she sort of played along, and she was saved because she had played along, and she actually, gave two hoots about somebody else, which is more than most of the other male characters do.
Yeah,
if you know what I mean. And that just felt it felt poetically right, if you know what I mean. The second time round is that's Pit Mother saves her, and then Justin Long you think she's dead, and Justin Long's doing this self-justifying thing where you're going, yep, you are an utter shit, aren't you? And then he gets his head crushed, you go, oh, yeah, that's good. That's good.
Oh, I'm satisfied now.
Said he is a lifelong liberal. Yeah, that's good. That could be his head crushed. Yeah.
I am pleased.
I'm fine with that.
Yes. I have had my catharsis. This is good. Yeah. I mean, I think the problem I have is that one of the theme that you were saying about, the compassion and, understanding, because the only person who gives a shit about Tess going to live in that place in the Airbnb is the director, who's the only female character and the other female character in the film. It's like, okay, I get that thing, and then if you got that, then you've got the kind. I kind of thought they were going to go Frankenstein with it, with where the monster is actually much more sympathetic, because it's basically been raised to care.
Yes,
and I just thought, and then that was a missed opportunity for me, because it's been raised to care, and okay, it's an ugly inbred looking creepyzoid, but at the end of the day, the problem is it's been damaged by the way that others have treated it, and I just sort of was hoping in some small part of my brain that Tess not would redeem it, because I think that's ridiculous, but would somehow, I don't know whether it'd be like give it, do something.
At least have a moment with it.
Yeah, have a moment with it. Give it, I don't know, give it a little bit of pathos, rather than just being the thing you put the gun to its head and go bang. And I thought, that it just kind of, it wasn't a game changing sort of like throw the film out, but it was a moment where you kind of go, oh, you just flubbered it at the end for a quick shock and smashed cut to credits. What about you? Did anyone agree with that, or not agree with that, or?
No, I think the film would be more powerful for it. But equally, if you got it wrong, it would just be weird and schmaltzy.
Yes,
and
that's true.
Maybe I understand why. Just that she can just get the fuck out of Dodge now. Just stack her away, you know.
Yeah.
And it's the wrong type of villain or creature to go down the Texas Chainsaw Massacre ending. You're not. You are running for your life, but it's not going to murder you and turn you into an absolute pulp straight up just for the sake of it. I think there were reasons. It clearly pounded Keith's head into like a small mush because he obviously either defended himself or attacked it or scared it or whatever.
I was going to say he was making it angry, but also, there was the whole thing of the more noise you make, the more anxious it becomes, and so the more active it does, more angry it becomes.
Yeah, and that's why it's retaliated. Tess made it through because she worked out what she needed to do to survive.
Yeah.
And Justin Long was just
dick.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Cool. That's all right. I was just going to say I haven't got much more to add, but I would just like to say that even though I found the problem at the end, I did actually not enjoy this film insofar as I enjoyed it in the same way I enjoy a ghost train or a roller coaster. In sort of like I appreciated the tension and I appreciated the horror and I appreciated the themes and the writing and the filming, because it was really interesting the way it was filmed, because like the first one, everything's kind of muted and sort of very boring sort of shots, flat shots and flat lighting, and everything's quite boring. Then when it does the sort of like the second part of kind of like Justin Long, it's all sort of bright and cheesy and fucking a bit Barbie until he goes back to Michigan or wherever it was, or Detroit, and then when it goes, as you say, when it goes into the third part and it goes all sort of fisheye lensed and wonky, it's like, what the hell? So I did appreciate how it looked as well. I thought it was a really nice looking film, even though things in it weren't nice to look at. Hairy nipples.
May I ask? The title, Barbarian, how is that relating to the actual film? What am I missing on that?
The house is on Barbary Street.
Is it?
Okay.
Do you know, I never figured that.
I only spotted that second time round. I think the name of the street or the name of the area is Barbary.
Right.
And hence this is an inhabitant of Barbary, a barbarian.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
There you go.
Thank you very much.
Well, there you go. Nice. So, interestingly, I'm just looking at the wiki now, and it's because I suddenly thought, I best look that up. And then Barbarian, one of the themes is the ripple effect of abuse. That's someone from Film School Rejects said that. The ripple effects of abuse. So by abusing all those kids and the women that he kidnapped, that guy created the beast. The beast itself is abusing the inhabitants of the house, but they themselves are in one way or another abusing other people. I don't think it tracks quite as well as the trust thing, but there you go.
There's definitely the whole thing about toxic masculinity in its various levels. That is something that is shot through it like a stick of rock.
But
it's rather the abuse thing that you have to. You're filling in gaps there that isn't there in the film. I can see the point, but it is kind of feels a bit stretchy. There's a more immediate themes, if you know what I mean. That's like a spin-off from them.
Yeah. the toxic masculinity. I mean, it's interesting. It's interesting because, you know, sort of films like this come out with a message, you know, whether it's Barbie or whatever, and they come out and you get those people crawling out the woodwork going, oh, it's too woke, oh, all sort of thing. Interestingly, this one didn't. And I'm thinking, well, you know, it's doing nothing different from any other film with a subtext and a message.
Because people that use the word woke in an actual way, where they're like, well, I'm just going to point at it and say that's woke because I don't like that. Yes. They don't look at these films and dive in and actually see the theme behind them. They just see a monster movie and a scary movie, and that they're not doing what we're doing and actually analysing what's going on here and asking questions and talking about it.
Yeah. If they just, but I was going to say, is it because of the way the message was presented? Because you don't have like that fucking Doctor Who Earth 44 or World 44 thing where they turn around and go, oh, it's something that could happen to you, straight at the camera. And I was just wondering if there was something about the way it was delivered, because the whole thing's kind of, there's all the subtext and all the theming is kind of hidden underneath what is essentially a popcorn thriller for an audience to go, whoa, there's a monster in the basement, oh fuck, you know. Anyone?
I don't know.
I mean, it's fine. I mean, I'm not expecting some kind of major league thesis coming out of this. But it was just something.
I'll stop typing then. Sorry.
Fuck it. Go on, in Dal. Go on, deliver it. Go on, tell us the 3,000 words diatribe on the delivery of social messaging.
Are you writing a thesis on leaks?
Yes, I am. I think they're a fascinating vegetable. They've got many connections with this film. One thing, they come from under the ground, which was, you know, this is where this went, you know, because you got the bit on top which looks all nice with its leaves and stuff, but then you got the rather sort of odd thing that's underground. So it's like, that's like a leek, and it's also many layers as well. It's like an onion. You know, you peel it, and of course you got your many layers of your leek. Your thing, and it's also connected to this week's podcast because it's leak, which is about the roof, and
I was gonna
and shit and shit. I'm dropping them. There we go. I've dropped the maraca. I'm done.
You dropped the maraca. Oh,
maraca.
Hold on. Oh, the spirit of Bez lives on. There he goes.
Stop it, Bez. Stop it. The
Stop it.
sugar's in your tea.
Get off, Bez. Not for you. Down, boy.
Don't do it, Bez.
Get back in the basement, Bez.
Put the maraca down, Bez.
Yes. Dun, dun, dun. I know your melon is twisted, but we can work this out. Come home, Bez. Your mother loves you. Come home.
Sarge, we've just received the ransom notes from Bez. Okay, what's his demands? He wants a device for untwisting a melon. Do you know what one? No, is it a salad spinner? Is that what it is? Is that what he wants?
Melon baller.
Yeah, a melon baller. No, that doesn't untwist it. It digs them out, Sarge. Oh, is it? Oh. Right. Any ideas? So we'll send it through to forensics. See what they say.
What's he want?
Phone a friend.
Maybe if we just leave him some Kit Kats, maybe he'll come out. Just leave him out in the sun. Leave the Kit Kats out. Leave a trail of Smarties. He'll follow them. Anyway, I think at that point we've got to just concede that we have nothing left to say about the film. Any last thoughts before we wrap it up?
No, I think I'm done. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Cool. Okie dokie. All right then. Well, in which case...
I think I'm good.
Sorry, Jim. I just sort of went, oh yeah, there's two of you got nothing to say. Let's just stop there. Oh, Jim, yes.
Quick, out the door.
Quick, out the door. Nobody said anything. Quick, run. Okay, well, in which case we'll wrap it up there. If anybody does have any feedback on Barbarian, if they have watched it, if you want to send it in, like I say, send it in to feedback@blackdogpodcast.com. Or if you rather, you can just leave a message on the Facebook group, which is facebook.com/groups/The Black Dog Podcast. Right. Okay, before we get to Pimp's Corner and then finally say goodbye, it's time for my pick, my film for next week. Now, it is the start of the Indeterminate Weeks of Horror. We were thinking, or at least I kind of floated the idea that we might not do it this time and just do something which was equally horrible, which was just trying to troll each other with terrible films. But I haven't got the effort. I really haven't, so I'll just fuck it. We're following the format of 14 years. We're going for the Indeterminate Weeks of Horror until someone finds a really terrible film. So this week's film, or rather next week's film, was released, as I said, as of recording, which is on the 26th of September. It was released on the Friday just gone. It was supposed to be a cinema release, but as with films like Prey and the up-and-coming Alien Romulus, Hulu basically got it and released it as a sort of on their own sort of thing. And because we don't have Hulu over here in the UK, it's turned up on Disney+. The movie is a home invasion movie called No One Will Save You.
Ooh.
Now, I would suggest strongly, if you do not know anything more than that title, you do not Google it. You simply go on Disney Plus and go to the movies section and go to the first row, which will show you the film as one icon in on the left. So, silly question, but has anyone seen this film?
No.
Has anyone even heard of this film?
No.
No, I heard about it like just this week, actually. People that saw a new instant cult classic. And I thought, okay, I'm reading no more. I'm like, where is it? Hulu? Is that going to be Disney? Yes, it is. Yep. Good enough for me.
Yeah, that's.
So I had that penciled in for the weekend. So that's very fortuitous.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, I did have 4 others in the bag in case everyone just looked at it and went, "Oh no." What about you, Elton? Because you bloody guessed it.
I did, yes. Because I wrote this down and I had this on my list. I haven't seen it. I'm intrigued. This sort of thing, honestly, scares the shit out of me.
Well, you say that, but we haven't seen it yet. So
I know, but just fucking aliens scares the shit out of me.
Sorry, what was that? What was that, Elton? What was that? What did you say? I'm sorry. The whole no spoiling, just going blind thing. Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Jesus Christ. Baby. Anyway, right.
Oh, well, that's a week off then. I haven't watched any films. That's done.
You absolute Burke. You absolute Muppet.
Aliens.
Wow. Just wow. Just wow. Next week we'll be doing Signs. Don't worry, they hate water. Oh
shit. Fucking hell.
So is it the one where you got that cop from New York who comes home at Christmas, because his ex-wife is there, and then the place gets invaded by this group of aliens, one of them being called Hans, who says that Mr. Tagagi won't be joining us for the rest of his life.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Yeah. Excellent.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Yeah, motherfucker. Hello, Alan. This is Alan. Don't forget
You and your Rogers.
Don't forget to take the hot chops out of the freezer. Anyway, right, yes. So
That's about that Chris Tarrant in it, playing one of the terrorists as well, wasn't it? With the long hair.
That's
He
it.
loses his brother. That's
Yeah.
the one. Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
There
you go.
friend.
Final answer?
What's your final answer?
This is going to go down so well in our international friends. They're all frantically googling up Chris Tarrant and getting pictures of him from Tiswas or those train journeys on Channel 5. Right, so now that Elton's died of shame, let's go on to the Pimp's Corner. And Jim, what's going on in the wonderful world of Hypnagoria right now?
Oh, it's been a busy week. I put out 3 episodes over this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
One continuing the penultimate part of my retrospective on the old BBC Two Horror Double Bills.
Mm-hmm.
I also put out a reading of a H.P. Lovecraft story, The Statement of Randolph Carter.
Yes.
There's also the theme tune to that available on YouTube as a separate video, because I was quite pleased with that bit of music. And we also released a commentary club on the Young Ones episode Time, which is possibly the weirdest episode they did.
Mm-hmm.
And that's saying something.
Yeah, that's gone out on a limb a bit, that. Yeah, cool. And that'll be over at hypnagoria.com.
It will indeed.
Lovely and indeed jubbly. Brilliant. And over in Spoilers Corner, with his dunce hat on, Elton.
I don't deserve anything.
No, go on. Tell us about your things.
No.
Maybe you can tell us how they fucking end and all.
Send me fucking hate mail. I don't give a shit. Fuck. Fucking hell.
I'm just going off the shit in an envelope.
Yeah. Right. Oh dear. Go on.
No, just fucking.
Well, Elton's just released another video in his Long Dark YouTube series, which I can highly recommend.
Yes. Yeah. Hold on. I'm gonna now that Elton's
just fucking spoil it. I don't give a shit.
Spoilers. It is long and it is dark.
Yeah. White meat or dark?
Yep.
Hold on. So, yes, having a look over here on the Rogue 2 Media. We've got live shows. No, there you go. Yes, it's 5 hours ago. Long Dark, episode 18. Who's a Good Boy was released. You can find that over on rogue2media.com on the YouTube channels. Just search for that. Yeah. But I would recommend checking those out because who is a good boy? And let's go somewhere else.
There's nothing else.
Yeah, there must be.
There's nothing
under Flappy Paddles. Flappy Paddles. Oh, here you go. Japanese Formula 1 GP 2023. There you go. 24th. 2 days ago. Snap back to reality and Verstappen's winning. There you go. Apparently. There's a car on the cover with the word Japanese. It's there. So go check that out. That's good. What else we got here? Shonky Lab. Okay, let's go down Shonky Lab. Cinema Experience. 4th of August. There you go. See, he's got tons of stuff. There you go. And Nuclear War. That's the thing about Nuclear War. So there you go. What?
Fuck.
Check. So, if you want to listen to those things and many more, go over to rogue2media.com and give all the things on it nice big 5 stars and tell them that Lee sent you and leave a spoiler in the review. something nice and juicy, like
Didn't mean it.
Latest episode of Shonky Lab. I think it was great, but getting naked was totally unnecessary. Elton.
Yeah. Luther Vandross really didn't mean it. Anyway, right. So we'll leave it there. So thank you all very much for listening. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Darren. Thank you, Elton.
Not a problem.
Okay.
My pleasure.
Thank you, Paul Shane.
Baby.
And yes, and thank you, Bez. You're welcome. Yeah. No, we haven't got time for the manifesto, mate. No, okay, anyway. So, yes, we shall see you all next week for the Disney Home Invasion movie, which will surprise you, called No One Will Save You. Until then, take care. Tatty bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I'm sorry.
Baby, baby.
Oh, bollocks to it.